Welcome to Art School Dissections, a podcast made by artists for artists.
We take our pencils
and scalpels
to dissect art education, the industry, and the minds of local artists to help provide resources
and make this whole art thing a little easier.
I'm Maddie Gabhart.
I'm Peyton Hunt, and we are Art School Dissections.
Welcome.
Hey guys.
As a forewarning, we may be a little scattered, but guess who is not? Our very special guest. I say they're special every time. It's because they all are.
Yeah, that's why we have them on the show.
Yeah.
Because they're really cool.
Yeah, so Kelly Hanning is a very cool artist. We actually had the pleasure of working with Kelly for a short period a couple years ago. But we were able to reconnect and get to know a little bit more about her process, her education, and what she's about. And it was really exciting and excited for y'all to hear.
Yeah, you get to hear a bit about before going to school, being an undergrad, going to grad school, being a teacher at CCD, and now being an art director. She's kind of done it all.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really cool in the way that she approaches art is very impactful, and I'm not going to spoil anything because she says it all so much better, so you just have to listen.
Yeah, and you get some fun tidbits, some fun, I'm not even going to try and say it again, you get some fun stuff. You get some fun stuff about a very affluent musical artist as well, we are all fans of. Good God. Anyway.
We told you to be all over the place.
Yeah,
we just ate a whole bunch of fries, and we're tired.
It's potato time.
It is potato time. And
That's
now
like
for
the most
you...
millennial thing I've ever said in my entire life.
Well, it's potato time for us, but it is episode time for you. So please enjoy episode 6 of season 2 with Kelly Hanning.
Hello, editor Peyton popping in real quick because I realized there was something we forgot to mention in our intro. On the day that we were recording with Kelly, there were some other people working in the studio, so there might be a little bit more background noise to this episode. There's some people chit-chatting, and at one point there's someone moving around a ladder. So I'm doing my darndest to cut out as much as possible, but we are in an active studio space, so these things will happen, and it kind of puts you more in the ambiance of what it's like to be working in such a creative area. Hopefully this doesn't mess with your experience at all, and enjoy the episode.
We are here. Surprise, surprise. And we have a very special guest in the studio. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello. My name is Kelly A. Hanning. Gotta do the full name. And I am an artist and performer in Columbus, Ohio.
Yay. Welcome to the studio. We're very
you.
excited to have you.
Yes.
You've been on our list for a while.
Thank
So
you.
excited.
Yes, I know. Scheduling is so hard nowadays. I mean, everybody's doing so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, we all gotta
We all-
our bags.
Yes,
so.
exactly. Yeah. Well, you've been doing a lot of cool stuff too.
you.
So yeah, it was funny when we were going to meet earlier. We had to reschedule just for sound issues. And we were trying to see when to get you next. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to go to a Beyonce concert.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my gosh. Yeah, so jealous.
Oh, yeah.
How was that?
It was life-changing. Sincerely. I don't know how familiar you are with, Beyonce's work, but, even, so this is, a 3-act production, and I've gone to see every act so far.
Wow.
So I'm waiting on the 3rd. Super excited about it. But just seeing, have y'all seen the Renaissance film? It was only in theaters. It never went to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've never seen another human being, that I respect so much in terms of, drive, motivation, work ethic, and commitment to, your art practice. Cause
wow.
It's more than just music, you know what I mean? You go
Yeah.
to the concerts, it's, conceptual visuals. It's literally, seeing a movie.
Wow.
and like seeing that, I feel like that's not that common on such a large stage.
Agreed.
Someone who's like fully invested in like creating a message, like for multimedia projects. Like, wow. So incredible. Love her.
Love.
That's so. I mean, that's the best kind of concert. It's when it's more than just the music.
It's a community.
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
It's just like a shared love and respect. And it's inspiring.
It
really
is.
I mean, like going there and seeing like it really is like a community. Like, and I miss it so much when I'm not there. And I've only been to see her 3 times, but like every time I go, it's like every single person there is like there for like a common goal, and like like there's such a support, and like you see other people and you're like, love your outfit, like, you know, and you talk with people about like what they love about her. Like I had someone hand me a sheriff badge. Like he walked up to me, and it was like a gaggle of people, and they were all like dressed to the nines. They had like painted outfits, and I also had a painted outfit.
Whoa.
So like full construction, and then like the painting on top of it. And he goes, "Oh, I love your outfit. Like, here you go," and hands me a sheriff badge. And I was like, this is the coolest fucking thing ever. And we both had, there's a flag that she has in this act, the bang flag. We both had the bang flag painted on our outfits.
Oh,
So
my
it's like,
God.
oh my God.
It's like, you know.
Yes. It's like we're all here for the same thing. And everyone, I'm sure, at my job is like tired of me playing Beyonce all the time, but I don't fucking care. Can I swear?
Yes. You're
Okay.
You're fine.
It's like I'm sure I've already done it to this point, but I just noticed it. But yeah, it's so incredible.
That's so awesome.
I love when like art begets more art, being just inspired and all that stuff. It's kind of like leads into the next question. What kind of art do you make? Like, what do you like to make?
Yes. So there's a lot going on. I feel like we all have that thing where you start, you know, your career, whether it's like college, high school, whatever, anytime, and you're like, this is the thing I'm gonna do, and then you pick up all of these like side skills along the way, whether it's for like, you know, employment, or you're just like, oh, I'm gonna learn like latch hooking, like let's do it. But right now I'm working on a couple of oil paintings, which I'm really excited about, because I haven't painted in a while, and both my degrees are in painting. So it's like, that's like my thing, and I haven't, I needed to go back to it. But I'm working on a couple of paintings. I am doing 2 commissions for Otherworld right now. One of them is an animatronic, which this is my first like personal animatronic.
That's so exciting.
Yes, and I'm obviously gonna ask like the Fab Boys, like, hey, can you help me out a little bit? But I've already talked to Kermit about it, and he's like, oh yeah, well you can do this and that, and like simplify it this way. And I'm like, okay, cool. But one of them it's for their Halloween display.
Oh, perfect.
One of them is a clown pumpkin.
Cute.
A clown pumpkin. It doesn't make sense in the mime. I'll show y'all a picture later. It's like so cute, because you know how pumpkins are different colors,
Right?
Like, you know, this is like a white pumpkin, so it's like like that kind of creamy, like yellowy color pumpkin, and he's got like his eyes cut out. He's a little party hat.
Oh my God!
And I'm getting marabou feathers, which so nice. I love when you have like the budget to be like, let's do it out, you know?
Yeah.
And he's gonna have like a beautiful cape with like a tulle like petticoat underneath, and he's gonna spin and go up and down. So he's hanging from the rafters. This is the animatronic. So excited about him. Oh my God. And that'll be at Halloween in the Otherworld lobby.
Yeah.
And the other one, cowgirl pumpkin character.
Yum.
So her name is Heidi the Pumpkin Bumpkin, and she's
really
super
good.
cute. But she's like a rhinestone cowgirl. So she's got crocodile boots, hat, belt.
Of course.
Amazing.
I mean,
it's faux.
What
just
else?
to be clear, but so nice. I got the Fabrication yesterday. I'm like, incredible.
Yay.
And then she's got a velvet embroidered, like kind of like a button up.
Ooh.
Tailored denim jeans. She's like 10-ish feet tall.
Whoa.
Yes.
Just a couple
feet.
feet tall.
Yeah, no worries. But I am literally, this is like my dream to like just be like, yeah, just do whatever you want. Like, we'll love it. And obviously there's been like a back and forth of like, what are you doing? And I sent them these like concept sheets and a budget and everything. And they were just like, no questions, do it. Like, here's your money. Like, now, go do it. Like,
That's so nice.
That's so straightforward to the point.
know. It was so easy. So like Allison May is the person that the point person for the project. She's been really incredible in this process, just being like, yeah, like, do it. I love it.
Oh,
Cool, thank you.
I feel like that's rare to come by too.
Yeah, like that trust is just so rewarding.
Well, and I had worked there previously because that was when I left Scare Factory initially to go work for Otherworld. And that was like a short contract to do Philly and some restoration in the Columbus location, actually, which if you've seen, I don't know how recently y'all have been there, if you've been there.
It's been a while.
Yeah. We did a full redesign of Schmuffly the whale.
Oh.
She is a huge blue furry whale and you can crawl inside her mouth. So that was a really fun project with a lot of really cool artists. Pilgrim, Heidi Cambridge, who last time I was here with her.
Oh.
And Jaden George, really amazing artist. Sasha Savaranska, very cool. Which I work with her now at Scare Factory.
Oh, cool.
And then we had Emily Gabe, and I think that was our crew. I hope I'm not missing anyone because that would be terribly rude. I'm sorry. But yeah, incredible crew, great project. Yeah.
That's awesome. And like a good crew like with you working on something makes all of the difference. It's so nice.
It really does.
Yeah.
Would you tell us a little bit more about your current job? You brushed a little bit about Scare Factory.
Yes, good old Scare Factory. So I'm currently an art director at the Scare Factory.
Whoop, whoop.
This is my third year. I think I just completed my third year. I started there in 2022. Summer we were all there together.
Yes.
Very short period of time. I always forget. It seems like I was there in the beginning for so long, and it was like a month. Like literally a month.
It was 1 month.
Like because I did the math the other day. I was like, I started there in May, and then I left in like the middle of June. So
Yeah.
it really wasn't long, but it's for those who have not heard of Scare Factory, it is one of the largest animatronic prop design companies in the country, I'd say, in terms of how, like, the scale of the props. They're gigantic. Nobody does it like Scare Factory. We got 20-foot zombies. Last week, I don't know, it wasn't last week, but quite some time ago, actually, we made this huge dragon crawler, and it was like the first full body. Like, he had arms, he had claws, he had a chest, he had a head, and he was on a track, so he
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
So huge animatronics. It's like been on for 30 years, I think.
I didn't realize it had been 30 years.
1997, so almost 30 years.
Wow.
I remember I had a conversation with Dave, the owner, and he was like, some of these molds are pretty old. And then he looked at me and he was like, how old are you? At that time I was like 27, 26. And he goes, so some of the molds are older than you. And I was like, cool, okay. But I don't know, it's interesting being a very young woman in charge of so much. It definitely has its struggles. But it's really, it's crazy to say, like, I'm the art director at like this insane company that like works across the world, it's a lot, but it's very rewarding.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Too.
It just sounds like a very fun position to have there too. Because Maddie and I, for people that don't know, Maddie and I did also work at Scare Factory.
Yeah.
For like a summer.
A hot.
Yeah, it was a
very
hot summer after college graduation.
Yes. It was super fun, just like working on like fabrication and pulling molds and painting and like applying stuff to animatronics. Like, oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
Uh-huh.
I wish there were more jobs that had stuff like that because it's such a fun thing to do and it's a very niche thing to do.
Mhm.
So it's like, well, I want to do that again, but like, how do I do that at home?
Yeah. Oh my god, it's hard. I mean, there are people who do it. Like we every year we get a Trans World, which y'all have never been to a Trans World. But you get to actually meet like pretty much everybody else in the industry that does it, because it's not a huge industry.
Yeah.
And I mean, now you have like Spirit Halloween and like Home Depot, who are kind of actually, they're literally like replicating our designs. Which is like such a compliment. It's like, a national stage, and they're like, taking our ideas. I mean, I think the concepts are so loose sometimes that the IP is not necessarily like, we all kind of borrow. I think the industry as a whole borrows from everybody else. But as one of the older companies, we were kind of the first to do a couple of things.
Give
a little credit on the name.
Exactly. But there are people who have home studios for animatronics, and they are very successful.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
You'd have to have a massive space.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's people like in Columbus.
Really?
Do it. Yeah. Beastcraft.
Oh, yeah.
I got to meet them this past Trans World. I was very tired, and I don't think I spoke at all. But I got to meet them, and I was like, oh, how like cool to meet, people who are doing it on like a smaller scale, but they're still very successful and they're beautiful props. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
What got you into doing the fabrication stuff? Because you mentioned that your degree was your degrees were in painting. So now you're doing a lot of fabrication. What led you to that?
Well, so I like learned carpentry when I was like 9.
Flex. That's really
it's like I've been doing this shit for a while. But I literally like I said, I learned carpentry. I even learned like electrical wiring. I had to brush back up on it because I do tech now.
That's really cool.
Sometimes, not all the time, but I do a good bit of tech and
Okay.
So I've been like building things. I mean, when I was like a kid, me and my mom would build like paper sculptures. Like, if you remember Goddard the dog from Jimmy Neutron. Yeah, I built Goddard with my mom when I had to have been like 7. Like out of paper. So I've been like constructing forever. Paintings in my blood though. Like my grandmother was a painter. She's still a painter. Like she sends me her paintings all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I say was, like she's not like actively doing it. But no, she has been a painter my entire life. She taught me to paint. Like, so that's always going to be something.
So sweet.
Yeah, I know. It's incredible to have that like Skillshare like with someone so like important and special to you. But as far as the fabrication, like I said, I mean, I've been like constructing things out of cardboard and like paper, and then I got into college and I got to do an installation for a music festival. Called Okeechobee. I'm from Florida. I don't know. It's I spent like majority of my life in the South. I'm up here now though. I was born here in Dayton. But
that's where I live now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I lived in Beaver Creek.
Literally in Beaver Creek.
That's so funny. Yeah, I literally visited my old house the other day. I don't remember it because I was a itty bitty baby.
Yeah.
But that's so funny. I can't.
Small world.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, because both my parents were in the Air Force.
Oh, yep. My dad was.
Yeah, it's very common around here. I mean, and that's why there's a lot of like Ohio, Florida links. Because I mean, Wright Pad is. I mean, not. We're talking about the Air Force now. But like, Wright Pad is this huge Air Force base, and one of the largest landmass bases in the country is in Florida, where I'm, mostly from. So it's crazy how many people are like Ohio, Florida.
Yeah. That's so fun.
But to bring it back around, oh my god, I do this often.
Little Lord dog.
We do too.
Bit of a tangent. But I got to do this really cool project for a music festival back in 2018. It was a while ago. But it was all reclaimed wood. So I literally spent a summer with a fucking sledgehammer tearing apart like old pallets from behind my current husband. He was not my husband then, but he is now. Behind his job, they had all these extra pallets, and I was like, free wood, come on. And I like sanded them down because they were rotten and nasty. But that's how I hit myself in the face with a sledgehammer that summer. Yeah, painful.
Do not recommend.
Yeah, it's not fun.
No.
But we set up this really cool installation at the music festival, and it was to the song, what was it? It's been so long. It was a Doors song about like the earth being like a woman and how we like destroy her and just like make her like tied. It was like tied her with fences and dragged her down. Like intense imagery, but that's what it was based off of, was different ways that like we could destroy the earth finally. Very dark for a music festival. But the company that was doing the art was really like they were there to say something. They weren't there to like make people have a great time. They were like, let's throw this like incredibly dark, terrifying project
right
to a
in
bunch
the
of people
middle.
who are like, like people are going nuts at this place, and they're just like, oh, what's this? And it's like, oh, it's scary. But so like stuff like that. When I was in grad school, I like basically made my own like haunted house. It wasn't a haunted house, but I built a gas station and a Waffle House into the old asylum in Athens, which was super fun. But like I was literally like raising walls by myself. Like, so I've been doing the construction fabrication thing for a while. And then obviously, came to work at Scare Factory, first job in Columbus, went to Otherworld, worked at CCAD, now I'm back at Scare Factory. So
Full circle. Columbus, full circle. I guess you've already brushed on it a little bit, but is there a single project that you're super excited about right now of yours?
I mean, I'm really excited for the Otherworld stuff. But I have this like painting series that I'm starting. And it's all in like sketches right now. But it has to do with this idea of like dual selves and like kind of like internal monologuing turned external, kind of visually. Actually, a little bit inspired by Beyonce. There's this incredible visual that she has in one of the interludes for the show, where she is. It's actually a reference to LL Cool J, which is kind of funny. But she plays this like. She plays a man and a woman, and the woman is in one of those like peep show boxes where there's like all the men around her. And their like windows are lifting up when they pay for it. So she's like dancing and it's like, oh, beautiful. And then she's also a man in one of the boxes and she pulls herself into it. So it's kind of like competing selves, like masculine and feminine.
Yeah.
But that's what it is, but it's with clowns. So if you've heard the Smokey Robinson song, Tears of a Clown, woof, what a good song. But it has to do with that idea of like masks and like kind of like your exterior mask being different than what's internal. So there's a lot of plays on like dichotomies within it. And I think I'm gonna make it like huge because that's just like,
as you should.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, I have so much like I work on loose canvas, pretty much like primarily. It's really easy to ship. And I'm like turn them into kind of tapestries because like the weave of a canvas, you can like fray the ends and make like what looks like beautiful tapestries. And I've been playing with that a lot lately, really for the past like couple of years, like maybe 6 years. I've been working with that. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's gonna be awesome.
That's so exciting.
Really cool. Do you like plan to have it up in any like shows, or is this just more of like a personal project?
It is partially personal, but I do want to like get back into the gallery scene. I was really like focused on it when I first moved back to Ohio in 2019. But I kind of like got out of it and went to the more like industry side or commercial things. I'm like, I got to get back to that. So I haven't thought of exactly where I wanted to go, but there's actually this group that I worked with in undergrad called the Art Nuns. And it's a group of people who are married to their art. So I married my art in 2016, the ceremony, everything. And I'm trying to bring that to Ohio. So I'm hoping that these paintings, because I have a candidate for the Ohio Art Nuns, and she's excited to marry her art. But it's usually like a group show when this happens with like performance. So we're kind of working together towards this show. Don't know where it would be, but I have a couple of ideas. So
hey y'all, editor Peyton popping in one more time for this episode real quick. I just want to let you know that I'm going to play a short audio clip that was recorded outside of our original recording for this episode, where Kelly's talking a little bit more about a specific artist that she would like in the Art Known program, which we've been talking about. So I'm going to play that for you, and then it's just going to jump right back into the original audio. Thanks.
And I have like the perfect person to be the first Ohio Art Nun. There's been nuns in Ohio before, but she would be the first official Ohio Art Nun. And her name's Lillian Slaughton, and she actually works with me at Sphere Factory. And she is like an incredible concept artist, like those beautiful like conceptual digital illustrations. And yeah, she's wonderful. Okay, that's it. Thanks, guys.
That's really exciting.
Yeah,
I've never heard of something like that. That's a great idea.
It is real, like, because the focus of the group is not just to like marry your art, but to focus on like career. Because like, I mean, historically women, right? You know, you're meant to be the homemaker, the hobbyist. And that's my professor who started the group with Amanda Sage and I forget the other woman, but her name's Carrie Adbata. And her goal for the group was to essentially create a space for like professional working women who are focused on their careers, and that help each other. So it's a network.
Oh, what a cool thing.
Isn't that nice?
Lovely.
Yeah. So I met her probably like 2 years into my time at Florida State, and I had already written a paper on her, and I had no idea.
Whoa.
Obviously, I didn't research the paper very well. I didn't know where she worked, but I found out that she worked at the school that I was currently attending, and I was like, holy shit, like, whoa. And she like took me in immediately. I mean, like, weird people find each other, so it was like an instant connection, and I love her. She did a show in New Orleans recently. It was really good. Check it out, Carrie Adbata. But yeah, so Art Nuns, incredible.
That'd be so cool. Yeah, and I feel like Franklinton's a good, like they're really up and coming with a lot of art stuff right now. So this might be a good place to pitch it because it's growing really fast.
Exactly, because I was looking into like AJ Vanderelli, like the Vanderelli room was right there. I kind of want to, and I haven't talked to her about this yet, but I think she's one of those people that I see as like a person who could foster that, especially like moving from the Vanderelli room to Witch Lab. I'm like, gotta talk to her about it. Haven't talked to her about it yet. Now I'm talking about it publicly. So if you hear this, AJ, let's talk. So, yeah.
Very exciting. In the break room, talking about how breaks are nice.
Yeah, breaks
and
are
not
important.
nice. Yeah. It's both. It can be both. Do you want to go first, or shall I?
You can go first.
All right. I'm just proclaimed I'm tired. The break room is supposed to be restful, and this is a nice restful moment. There's just a lot going on. Personally, I'm going to use this as a diary for a moment. Not actually, sorry, y'all. I know y'all really wanted that spilling the guts. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot of creative projects going on right now outside of work. A lot of my energy has been focused on work and moving and just doing other life things. A little bit of chaos, but it's kind of nice to not have the pressure of, oh, I need to make a new thing while I'm making a new chapter of my life.
Yeah.
And so just kind of focusing on facilitating that experience as opposed to churning stuff out. It's nice. I do miss it because it is like what sustains me, but it is also, I have nothing else to give right now. That's my journal entry.
Beautiful.
Thank
We're all
you.
rooting for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's good. Just exhausting as changes.
Yeah. You've had a lot of change in the past couple years.
Dude,
So I'm
yeah,
very
what
proud
the-
of you for
Thank you.
sticking with it.
It's a lot. But it's good.
Yeah.
Just
It's good, but it's a lot.
both exist.
Yes. Sometimes together.
Yeah, I really want to go swimming.
Oh. Like
Like
swimming
right
pool
now.
or
Anywhere.
right this moment.
Anywhere. It could be a bog.
Oh.
I don't know. It's
Fair
just
enough.
a vibe. Anyway,
Little
we were talking
sneak
about
peek
water
into your-
earlier.
Yeah.
Just back of my mind.
Yeah, we are recording this after a very fun, eventful, rambling session, as we tend to do.
Yeah.
So there's a lot on the brain.
Sorry.
But even with that, I don't have a lot on my brain for what to say for my part. I haven't been doing too much. I made a whole bunch of backlog for my store, and so now it's not like I need to be making anything. I kind of am happy to not be making anything to sell. It was fun when I was doing it, but now I'm finding the motivation to make other things more for myself. 21 Pilots just released a new music video, and I really
Ooh.
like the song, and I'm seeing all these amazing artists draw things for it. Kay, if you're listening, I liked your work too. You should go check out Kay. I'll tag them. But that's like an inspiration. I'm like, oh, maybe I start drawing stuff from the media that I enjoy. Because that's how it got me really into drawing a whole bunch. You know, fan art is just, it's so inspiring because that media is already there for you, and you can just spin it how you want. So I kind of want to do that. I've been reading a lot of like artist self-help books. I say a lot. It's been 2 and I haven't finished either. But
Okay, but that's more than you were.
it is more than I was. And they're really good. So I'll list those below too. But they're helpful because they tell stories of artists that, you know, started in different career paths and then went back to art because that's what they always wanted to do, or artists that, you know, had to live off couches for years because art was their main passion. So it's interesting to hear the different perspectives from different artists because while our community is very diverse, I feel like Columbus artists have, like, we're all kind of in a very similar boat to each other. Like, we all revolve around each other. So one of the books I'm reading talks about New York artists. It's really interesting to hear the difference between an artist in New York City versus an artist here in Columbus.
Yeah, because I'm sure that's pretty staggering.
It's so
environmentally.
different. It's so different, at least from what this author is portraying it as.
Haven't got to experience that. But.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, it's been a lot of just trying to get back into the love for it. Not that it ever left, but I think it just needs a little revival. Yeah. Also, things happening in the community. September 1st, check our Instagram. There is a post scheduled that has lists of things happening in the Columbus arts world. I think I listed, like 10 things happening
Nice.
just in September.
Y'all are going to be busy.
Yeah, I gotta go do all of them, actually. It's a checklist. They're all really good. I want to continue spreading that information at the beginning of each month. I think that would be very beneficial. And also in September, on the 13th, is our next episode. So keep your ears peeled. It'll...
Oh, God.
Well, not literally.
I mean, just imagine.
I don't want to.
There's an illustration for you.
See, I think I'd have to burn my eyes after drawing that, and my hand. It would be no longer. That's it of my
Peeling.
spiel, my peel.
Oh, God.
So sorry. I'm really sorry.
It's okay. We'll just peel our ears.
Oh my god. That's our next activity in the break room. But you shouldn't do that because you need to listen to the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Back to Kelly, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, now we're going to jump into the art education side of our episode. So could you tell us a bit about your college experience?
Ooh, yeah. So I went to Florida State. I started there in 2014, so like 11 years ago. And I love Florida State. Like I genuinely did not apply to anywhere else. Like I went there once and I was like, yep, that's it. Like no questions.
This is the vibe.
Well, and I don't know if they have this in other states, but in Florida, the lottery actually funds college education.
Oh.
I know, right? Because
Is it Keno?
It's
That's in Michigan.
Florida lottery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they have this really incredible program called Bright Futures, where they will pay full ride.
Whoa.
Yeah, if you stay in state. So they're keeping you in state, which is, that's the catch. But so I had free college.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And it's funny because Florida State is actually the cheapest college, or it was at that time, like in the country, like for public, like state colleges. So they got a deal with me. But it was incredible, like to not have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Because normally when you have like, they'd call it like a sin tax, you know, for like lottery or like weed now. And they won't allow it to like contribute to like public like children's education funding.
Interesting.
So it's cool that Florida does that, and they're like, you know what, we're just gonna give them the money. I don't care if it's for gambling.
It's for a good cause.
Yeah. So I went to Florida State. Honestly, had a really incredible time. There's a lot going on in Florida right now, public education. So I don't know if it's quite the same as it was when I went there. But yeah, I had an incredible experience. They have a great BFA program there. And I actually got in kind of late. So I applied once. It was like a flat no. It was a hard no. But I was applying as a freshman, and you're not supposed to apply as a freshman. You haven't like figured yourself out yet usually. And I definitely had not. But I applied as like a junior. And I'm like honestly really proud of this. I had the most amount of zeros. So like it was a 0 to 3 scale. The most amount of zeros of anyone who got into the program. So like I got all zeros and all threes. Essentially, because I was like middle of the ranking.
Okay.
More zeros than anyone else. And to me, that's controversial. That's making waves, right? Okay. So I'm incredibly proud of that. I mean, the thing I did for my application was like off the rails. It was oh god. So again, with the reclaimed wood, I took fences, pallets from my friend's backyard in Tallahassee, and pallets from behind the art building, and I painted images of like women in porn on these fences, and then I hoisted them from the rafters with like climbing rope.
Whoa.
And so it was like huge, like 4 feet by like 7 feet paintings, but it was about the eye contact. So you know, typically when you have images of women, especially like super sexualized images, and maybe, you know, I think it wasn't quite there conceptually back then, but you know, but you have images of women in art, like when you think about the painting of Judith, right? You have the painting by Artemisia Gentileschi, and you have like the common painting that was done by a man. In that painting done by the man, she's very passive and she's looking away. But then you have the painting by Artemisia Gentileschi where she's like very like she's like, oh, it's like gruesome, you know, she's got this nasty look on her face. But for me, it was about the eye contact. So like forcing people to like look a woman in the eyes in that sexualized position. But that was my like application.
That's awesome.
You can see why I got a lot of zeros. Like a lot of threes too, you know?
Yeah. I love it or hate it.
Yeah, and that's, I think, if somebody doesn't hate what you're doing, push it, you know? Like, go a little further. Take risks, especially in school. You know?
Oh, yeah. School's definitely the place to do that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, to test it out. And I feel like that's, and like, you'll probably get this with like horror art and like creepier stuff. You want people to feel something when they look at it, and whether or not they're like, this is so cool and creepy, or this is disgusting and I hate it. Like, both of those are perfect, and that's what you're looking for. You don't want someone to look at it and be like, okay.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
Cool.
There has to be some kind of emotion, even if it's a quote unquote negative one.
Yeah.
But I think that's fun.
Exactly. But yeah, it was a great time there. Like I said, I worked with my professor, Carrie Ann Bada. She was like my major professor. I took like, I think my last year there, I was taking like 4 of her classes.
Oh my God.
Which you're not really supposed to do. But I was working on this huge project for my thesis. And she was like, I'm just going to set you up with a bunch of independent studies so you can like do your thing.
Oh, perfect.
So nice.
Oh yeah. I was
my
like,
God.
I like think about that time in my life so often. Like that was like it, you know what I mean? I was waking up every day, 8 a.m., doing art all day, just like literally getting out of bed and just starting to paint.
Oh, that's the life.
I know, right?
Considering.
Well, and at this point, I had my apartment that I was living in. I had 2 studio spaces in the like art building.
Yeah.
So I was like everywhere. Like I'd like start in the morning painting off of my house, and then I'd go to the studio for a while, and then I would not stop working until 1 a.m.
Oh my God.
Fall dead asleep, start over again. And this was like several months of doing this. I was like, this is like,
That's it.
yes.
That's the stuff. Oh.
But it was so good. And they have a really nice focus on like materials and techniques there. So I took a lot of like old masters classes, learned a lot about like the science of paint and like surface quality, which I think is really important, and especially in oil painting. So yeah, it was great. Oh my God.
I wish that there might have been opportunities for this and I didn't know about it, but at CCD, I didn't find a lot of independent studies or any classes where, I mean, we've talked about this in past episodes and we've been talking about this for years. The first time that I could do just anything that I wanted was my capstone class.
Really?
And that's a long time to wait to do something that's like, this is me in my art.
Yeah, 4 years.
Yeah, that's why my portfolio is only coming together now, because I'm doing my things and I don't want all of my projects that weren't for me in my portfolio. So I would have loved to have just had a whole semester of like, I'm really working on this thing for me in my art progression.
Oh yeah. Well, and that was something that I noticed because I taught at CCAD, obviously.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe like 2 years, a semester, 3 semesters. And that was one thing that my students had said to me, because I was working in like first year experience, I think is what they call it now.
Oh, yeah.
It was core back then. I know that as like foundations. It's all the same thing, freshman classes. But I had the structure of the class, but for a lot of the projects, I was like, it's on you to figure out what you're going to do. Like, I'm giving you parameters. Like, you work within that. Or, like, ask me if you want to work outside of it. And I think a lot of people, I saw them personally, like, grow in that period. Because when you come from high school to college, a lot of people are so used to that super structure.
Yes.
Like, they don't know what they want to do. And so giving someone the opportunity, to think about what you're going to do and maybe fail, because a lot of those classes, it wasn't about like what the art looked like. It was about working within the structure. So it's like, maybe to you failed, but you completed the assignment. You
learned something. You were able to like gain experience,
grow
from
in your
someone.
own way. I think the class where we met each other, I liked the structure of that class, and I don't think I didn't find that in any other class. It was it's like
the life study class, but we did more perspective work than life study.
Yeah.
It was
Drawing
drawing
methods.
methods.
Oh, I taught that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That was my first semester.
that David Berge, I don't know if he still teaches any of those. Awesome professor, love him dearly.
He is great.
The way he started it was he put out like a life drawing like setup and said, just draw. And then like the last kind of thing we did for class, like our big project, we had them next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, if you make progress from this first drawing to your final drawing, you pass. So pass, fail, but it was like, as long as you've made some kind of growth, you pass.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I felt no pressure to be perfect in that class. I wanted to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was so beautiful. And I wish there was more of that.
Yeah.
And it is hard as a professor in, especially like college courses. You do have to work within the structure of the university. And a lot of times there can be like a disconnect between like the curriculum building team and the actual professors.
Mm-hmm.
So that was something I did appreciate about my supervisor, Michael Kellner, when I worked there.
He's great.
Isn't he great?
He's
like
so great.
the most like positive person. And he deals with a lot, and he's now, I think, changing what his role is within the university.
Okay, good.
But so positive.
I love him.
Like, oh my god, his emails to like us as the staff were so like, I don't know. The way he speaks is very like warm and inviting.
Yeah, that's
nice.
just heartfelt and genuine and supportive, and like genuinely
Exactly.
wants you to grow.
Mm-hmm. When he did give us the space to kind of like work with how we wanted to teach the class. 'Cause I believe that was his focus in hiring people for the core program at that point, now first year experience, was to hire people who are professionals in the field. And I had like academia experience, but I don't think that was like a requirement for his hiring. It was more like, this is a person who like did it. You know?
Yeah.
They made a profession, they made a career, like learn from them, like maybe not in a way that you would expect to, but they're there and they can show you a way of, their way, and kind of open you up to what you want your way to be. So.
Yeah.
Was it hard to transition from like being someone who was a student of art to teaching art?
Mm-hmm. So when I went to grad school at OU, Ohio University,
There we go.
different. Every time I say I went to Ohio University, everyone's like, "Oh, you went to OSU?" I'm like, "No,
Nope.
I did not. I did not go there."
Mine's green.
Yeah, exactly. Where the Bobcats are. I love the grad program there, and I would recommend it to anyone. First of all, it's a paid program. So pretty cool. But there is a work. Think about it. Think about it. Could not recommend it more. Honestly, it's a 3-year program, which is unique for grad schools.
Yeah.
You get a lot more time to really like work on that final. Whether it's a final piece, a final show, whatever you're gonna do. But during that time, you're teaching. So like I was in school and teaching college students at the same time.
Whoa.
Yeah. So you start out as a TA, and that's really their focus, is to create professors.
Okay.
Different programs have different focus, but that's the goal. So we actually were taught how to teach during that time.
Oh wow,
That's cool.
And you start as a TA, and then you work your way to instructor of record. So I got to teach college for 2 years before I ever became like an official adjunct. But they don't just have like teaching programs. They have we have people who worked for collections. And I got to work with the Kennedy Museum. I was there like I would call it like adult community just a community programs manager. So
cool.
whenever we had like students, like schools come to visit, we would do like an activity with them. But we also got to work with like the artist who would come to the museum.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes, I love that. I mean, like I gave tours, like, you know, I worked with undergrads, and I had an incredible counterpart, Marissa Stewart, who is now an academic advisor at OSU. And we were like the team. Like, I love working with her so much. Miss her. We still live in Columbus, but you know how schedules are. It's so hard to like,
Yeah.
but her and I worked together, and we had kind of different suits. Like, she would work within like the more community programs where you'd invite people to come in, and I worked a lot with like the set groups of people. But we kind of like flip-flop. Like, it was funny because she had social media experience, and I had like teaching experience, and they kind of switched us when we came in.
Interesting.
So like I was doing like social media and video editing, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I told them that I'm like, I don't know how to do this. And literally Marissa taught me how to use like, what is it, Adobe Premiere?
Yeah.
I spent so many hours like crying, like trying to figure out what I was doing, and Marissa would like video call me and be like, this is how you do it. But I don't know what it was. I had such an issue with like uploading files, and I would sit there and it's like 6 hours, and they're like, where is it? I'm like, it's there, I don't know.
We've had our fair share.
Yeah. So we helped each other, and like literally this was during COVID, so she was like my rock. There, love her. But yeah, so you like, that's the focus of OU, is to get you that experience, and it helped me so much. I mean, obviously I'm not a professor anymore, but I would not take back that time for anything. It was so good. I was very lucky to have 2 great school experiences. So could not recommend OU enough. Especially if you're a painter. John Sabra, love him. Oh my god, he's actually, gonna give him a little shout out. He is the reason I think that I was able to work at Scare Factory so like easily. When I worked with him, I was his studio assistant. So I helped him like prep his panels essentially. Because he's like a huge painter. He works with Gamblin. Oh my god. They mine the rivers and streams in Ohio, take the pollution out, turn it into paint.
Wow.
Yeah. Super cool.
That's crazy. So cool.
So he had his own line of Gamblin paint, like, and he's like a college professor. Like, he's literally like, let me bring in like millions of dollars in funding to the university. Yeah, he's sick. But he got me a job doing that. You know, chose me as his studio assistant. You know, you choose a couple of grads. There's not many people each year in the program. I was one of 4 in painting for my year. But he also recommended me to a really cool artist, fabricator named Brooks Wenzel, who is Yoidles Production, Yoidles, Yoidles. And because of that recommendation, I was the painter for so it was like each location on Bjork's cornucopia tour was selected for a different artist crew to build the stages. So I was the painter for Bjork's cornucopia tour in the Chase Center in San Francisco. I painted all the mushroom gills.
Oh my gosh.
So like crazy experience, so cool. Huge, like I'll brag about that any day.
Oh yeah, you should.
That is like,
that's insane,
wild to think of. But because of those projects, I think that was what made David like snap me up so quickly.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because he called me. I want to say he responded to my application within like 2 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a whim. Like, I was gonna move to New Mexico. I was not gonna stay in Columbus or Ohio at all. And I was with my parents, actually.
Yeah.
We went to Lancaster because my dad's side of the family is all from Ohio. So we were doing kind of like a family history tour. We went to the Hanning Cemetery, pretty cool. And we ended up going to Lancaster to go to the glassblowing museum. And, you know, while we were there, she's like, oh, this is like a cool town, you know? maybe Ohio's not all the same
terrible,
thing.
yeah.
And my mom was like, well, you should just like look at jobs, like see what type of jobs they have in like
Mhm.
Columbus or Lancaster.
Mhm.
And I looked, and there it was, like the first thing on there, Scare Factory. And it was like animatronic haunted house, and my mom was like, that's you, like you like literally have to apply for this.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like I'll
do
try,
it.
see what
Yeah.
happens. 2 hours later, send me your portfolio now, like.
Wow.
And I started working there the next week.
Wow.
So, pretty cool.
That's
amazing.
awesome. Shout out,
Yes.
Mom.
Yeah, right. No,
Yeah,
she's
pushing you in the right
the
direction.
best. Both, honestly, like, very lucky. Both my parents, they both are so supportive. They brag on me all the time.
As they should.
Yes, love them.
That's so fun. I heard about Scare Factory because my dad sent me the job posting. He's like, did you see this?
Yeah.
You have to apply. I'm like, okay, Dad.
Because it is perfect. I mean, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other companies, obviously, but there's really nothing like Scare Factory.
It was so fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I love showing people the things that I made. Just like, I think
Such a cool thing to say.
Yeah, every icebreaker that I've had to do after having that job was like, I made Halloween animatronics for a summer. And people were like, you did what? And it's so, like, that's such a cool thing to say. It's a very rare thing.
It is. Oh my God. Yeah, actually, and it's so funny. So I actually started a TikTok.
Oh, yeah? Oh, for
It's
Scare Factory?
an unofficial employee Scare Factory TikTok. It's called Scare Fam Unofficial.
Okay.
And that's like the consensus, like every comment section, because this stuff like blows up. Like as soon as you post anything about it. I mean, it's who has videos of animatronics
being
so everyone's like, how do I work here? I'm like, I don't know, I just applied. Like it's like the city you live in. Like do you live in Columbus or St. Louis? Like go there. Try. But it literally, everyone's like, how do I do this? How do I do this? And it gets super, I don't know how you'd say that, but there's a lot of views on it. I've never seen it happen so fast, personally. For my own stuff, like we started it a week and a half ago. We have 500 followers.
Whoa.
Super. I was like, this
week and
is
a half?
crazy.
God.
It's the content. It's the animatronics. People eat it up. They love it.
Yeah.
Especially not in the dark, because that's typically where you see these things in the dark, or you're in a haunted house. You're not getting a good video of it. And this is like 4K video of a 20-foot zombie with all the lights on. You know?
It's backlit. It's almost like seeing like magic tricks behind the scene.
Exactly. People love that shit. So I'm very happy with my progress. I've never done a social media account that like worked that well.
That blew up.
Yeah. And it, obviously it's like consistency, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's the content. It's the content. 1000%.
That's so fun. Well, we will tag that
Thank you.
below so everyone can go find it.
Yes, Scare Fam Unofficial. I think there's an underscore. Let me actually check really quick. See how it is. Oh, here we go. Scare Fam underscore unofficial.
Okay.
That's it.
So exciting. Everyone's going to go check it out.
Yeah.
Gonna get a bump in followers. So jumping back into our education questions, knowing that you have been a student and an educator and also done undergrad and grad, it's kind of like a big question, but is there anything in art education that you would change for the better, or is there anything you saw that didn't do well that you could see improving?
For sure. I mean, I think one thing that I've noticed in terms of like, there's like a power dynamic, right, of like student professor. And I think that is like a barrier for a lot of people, especially like I did a lot of like freshman courses.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're coming from high school where it's very much like you are the child and I am the adult. And you get to college and you kind of like just expected to go the same way. And I think a lot of professors, especially like older professors, and this is nothing against like older professors, but when you're established and you've been doing it for a long time, I think that power dynamic is like enforced a little bit more. And so when I came in, I was like, everybody is a human being. You know, they're a person, they have their own things going on, right? Like a lot of students at CCAD, they had like jobs, right?
Yeah.
And that's interfering with the time you're allowed to spend working on your actual college experience.
Yeah.
So like what I like to focus on as an educator is like every student is a person. They have their own world that I know nothing about, and they can choose to like tell me about that, but it's also like not my business a lot of times. So it's like understanding that people have their own experience and how they're going to go through education, but also being willing as an educator to stop and spend some time just like speaking with them, like person to person. Like, what do you want out of school? Because not everyone wants the same thing.
Yeah.
Some people are just there, like, and I noticed at CCAD a lot of it was like, well, I'm doing like this specific discipline because my parents said, you know, I couldn't make money another way.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times it's like, well, let's like sit down, let's look at the job boards, let's see how you can make money within the thing that you actually like, you know? Because what's the point of going to art school if you're not like gonna do the thing you want to do? Like,
Exactly.
True.
I mean, other fields, it's like, it's different, you know? Like you go to be a doctor and that can be like your passion, right? Or it can be something you did because everyone in your family is a doctor, or because like doctors make a lot of money, right? But like arts, it's like, why choose something that's like the money making thing when you don't even like that?
Yeah.
Right.
True.
And so a lot of kids, that was like my goal with them, because I taught studio art and entrepreneurship and collaboration, as well as, you know, the drawing and the visual literacy. And a lot of that was like, hey, like what do you want to do? Like what would be like your dream job? Like, and kind of working back from there, like how do we accomplish that starting now? I think that's really important, like especially with incoming freshmen. They're a lot of times alone, like isolated, you know, coming from out of town. They don't have any friends. So that was my goal, to like figure out what they want and then connect them with the people who like can get them that, you know? And I actually have students who work for me at Sphere Factory now, who they were in my classes. And they were like, I met friends that I still have now, through like the collaboration courses. You know, it's just,
That's
I think,
amazing.
yeah, right. I think that's what I love about teaching, and that's, I think, what kept me in it for so long, is like seeing that work out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like I helped that person. Like that's so cool. I don't know. It's very fulfilling. And you know, I get that out of my current job too. It's different ways, but it's cool to fulfill people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being that person for other people, because it's hard to come by.
It can be, yeah. And again, it's that connection between like professor and student. You don't want it to go too far. You don't want to get too personal with them.
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, very young people, very impressionable sometimes. But, you know, giving them, like I said, focusing on them.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Well, on that note, we've come to our final question. If you had the chance to go back to art school and do it all over again, would you?
Yeah.
Honestly, the answer to that.
Like, well, it's funny because when I went to Florida State, I was like, this is perfect for me, right? And everything was perfect. Honestly, like, couldn't have gone better. I feel like, but what I did not know, and this is where it would have helped to have like an advisor who can point you in the right direction. I didn't know that they had one of the like best scenic studies programs in like the country.
Really?
I did not know that until my like third year there, because our studios were at the same place as the scenic studies program. And I was like, I didn't know you could do that. Like, I was a theater kid. Like, I did musicals. I helped with the sets. Like, I love that world of like performance. I had no idea that you could like get a degree in that.
That's so cool.
And just like scene design?
Yeah, like scenic studies was what it was called.
Okay. That's so cool.
It was all the sets. Like, they had a costuming department.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had no clue. And, you know, I love what I do now, and I try to incorporate that because I do a lot of performance. And it's just, like I said, if I hadn't, like, a conversation with someone who asked me, like, what do you love? I think it might have gone a little differently, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, you know, I love how things turned out. Incredible. But I think that is very important, and people don't, I think, ask young people enough what they want. They just tell them what they need.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
Because I think, and this is just not even in the art world, but in everywhere, people still see 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds as, like, children.
Yeah.
And while it is true that they're young, you know, they don't always know what they want, that's the time to figure it out.
Yeah.
And if you're not giving them that, like, agency, that autonomy, you know, they're going to be halfway through life
floundering. Like, if you don't learn agency and autonomy, like, early on, it's harder to learn later.
Yeah.
It is for sure. Oh my god.
Well, that's a hard step to take. Like, you go from the thing you've always known, like all the schooling, being near your family, if you're moving away, maybe moving where you don't have friends, and also being told what you're doing now is what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. And that's super scary. And if you're in that position with no one helping you out, you're just like by yourself, and you're like, like that's a lot. Yeah. So I wish there was a little bit more of that.
Yes.
A little bit more of that support.
Totally.
But thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It's been lovely having you, and lovely seeing you again. It's been a very long time.
Oh yeah, thank you. It's funny when you get into the space, you realize you haven't talked about this stuff in a long time, or maybe you've never even, like, vocalized it. But it was very nice to talk about these things.
Yeah.
Yay!
Well, thanks for operating with us.
This was Art School Dissections. My name is Peyton Hunt.
I'm Maddie Gabhart.
And I'm Kelly A. Hanning.
Take care of your guts.
Make something cool.
Or bad.
Bye.